We'll be discussing about an introduction to bioinformatics and about the databases, how to access those sequence databases and literature in studying the field of bioinformatics. So this lecture slide is actually prepared by my colleague, Professor Harvey Santos, as he was the one who first developed the syllabus for BE148P and taught this one the previous quarter. Now, outline of this lecture is to give a brief introduction to your bioinformatics, and then we will discuss some key bioinformatic websites. And along with that, we will also discuss about the biological databases, and of course, the structure or the basic features of the largest bioinformatics website, which is NCBI, the National Center for Biotechnology Information, run by the NIH, US NIH, and National Library. Now, what is bioinformatics? So, bioinformatics represents a new field at the interface of the 20th century revolutions in molecular biology and computers. Well, to be exact, it started when the DNA was sequenced, proteins were sequenced, and of course, we have computers to actually store and process the informations. So, bioinformatics is the combination, or rather, it makes use of the several fields. Notwithstanding, we have biology, of course, biochemistry and chemistry for the science fields, and then we have for the computer the tools that we usually use to study this biology, biochemistry. We have computer science, engineering, mathematics, and statistics. So, the use of computer database and computer algorithms to analyze proteins, genes, and the complete collection of deoxyribonucleic acid. So, in this field, we use this computer skills, so computer tools, in order to further study the biological data. And our biological data is currently the DNA, the genes, and your proteins. Now, one of the major challenges in biology is to make sense of the enormous quantities of sequence data, especially now, sequence and structural data that are generated by genome sequencing projects and proteomics. So if you remember some of the high throughput techniques, especially, for example, microarray produces an enormous amount of data. The same goes with whole genome sequencing, and even a simple DNA library for a single organism there's actually a very large amount of data, and scientists are still making sense of those data, especially the genome. As of now, we are in the epigenetics era, so we are no longer in the genetics era, we are now in the epigenetics era. How do the cells, or how do the organism manage the information from the genome? How do we harness, when do they harness the information, when do they use specific genes, which these are expressed or not expressed at certain conditions. So basically, although we already sequenced the human genome way back 2003, as still now, this is 2020, we are still yet to fully understand the human genome. Now, definition of the bioinformatics according to the National Institutes of Health. So, bioinformatics for them is the research, development, or application of computational tools and approaches for expanding the use of biological, medical, behavioral, or health data, including those to acquire, store, organize, analyze, or visualize such data. Actually, the one of the main functions, or this is the from the old the classical bioinformatics from way before, siguro in the early 2000s. One of the main aims of bioinformatics is actually to store those data, sequence data, proteomics data, genetic data, and even structural data, to store them and to make them not only to store, to make them retrievable. So you can store and access them easier, because again, these are very large information. The large, for example, sequences tends to have you have thousands of bases, so those are thousands of letters in a sequence. So to store, to analyze, and to retrieve those data. And currently, as of now, aside from the sequence data, we have expression data. So we still need to do analysis on that. And then aside, there are also other relevant information such as comparative data, etc., etc. So we have as of now, or rather, bioinformatics is one of the field of engineering, biology and engineering, that is actually very fast evolving. So it's changing very fast because of the amount of data that are being added to the repository and the amount of analysis that can be used or can be done using those data is expanding. So, what's the difference? Because usually we confuse computational biology with bioinformatics. For instance, I myself, my specialization field is more on computational biology actually, rather than bioinformatics. Especially as I did my thesis in using modeling tools, it's more computational biology actually than bioinformatics. But I'm still using bioinformatics. Those two is directly or very closely linked because data used in computational biology comes from bioinformatics. Now, computational biology is the development and application of data analytical and theoretical methods, mathematical modeling, and computational simulation. For example, molecular dynamic simulations. Computational simulation techniques to the study of biological, behavioral, and social systems. Whereas, in bioinformatics, take note, it is biology and informatics. It actually started with biology, with applying informatics to biology. So, bioinformatics is limited to sequence, structural, and functional analysis of genes and genomes and their corresponding products, and is often considered a computational molecular biology. So, computational biology, or rather bioinformatics, can be considered one of the subgroups of computational biology. So, bioinformatics is more limited than computational biology is. So, but again, this is informatics. So, this bioinformatics is more concerned with data analysis, data retrieval, not exactly data gathering, data storage and retrieval. So, bioinformatics is the development and application of computational tools in managing all kinds of biological data, whereas computational biology is more confined to the theoretical development of algorithms used for bioinformatics. Now, we have three perspectives of bioinformatics. So, first, we can use bioinformatics to study the behavior of the cell. So, the cell is the starting point usually of bioinformatics because the data that started bioinformatics, which is the sequence data, is retrieved, of course, from cellular data. So, the emergence of the molecular sequence data, especially when we started to sequence them, the onset of the Sanger sequencing method, and of course, the DNA manipulation techniques. So, we started to get the data, the structural, it's more of the sequence data, the genetic sequence data, and then we also have the protein sequence data. So, if you look at the central dogma, so bioinformatics is concerned with data storage, retrieval, and analysis of any stage, or rather of all the stages in the central dogma, which is the DNA data, the genomic data, transcriptomic data, proteomic data. So, the main focus on the field of bioinformatics is to study molecular sequence data to gain insight into a broad range of biological problems. And then the second perspective is on the organism. So, this is more applicable to the epigenetics era. So, bioinformatics tools, so from those sequence data, bioinformatics tools can be applied to describe changes through developmental time, changes across body regions, and changes in a variety of physiological or pathological states. So, you can use, for example, usually in the transcriptomic data, what genes are being expressed during fetal development, what genes are being expressed in childhood, what genes are being expressed in adults, in old age, such as so and so. And even different physiological or pathological state. For example, diseased versus healthy data. This is usually the target of microarray analysis. And then which specific region of the organism, not only the body of the human, but also in the organism, body of the organism. Especially notable are the studies on Arabidopsis thaliana. So, that is, they are studying plant genetics, epigenetic data on plants, and identifying which genes are usually expressed in certain regions of the plant. And then the third perspective is represented by the tree of life, or rather, sequence similarities between different organisms. So, in bioinformatics, we also do sequence similarities. We compare sequences, DNA sequences from different organisms to learn for variations between species, among members of the species, so on and so forth. So, we have the key bioinformatics websites. We have, this is the usual that you use, the NCBI and the GenBank. Although GenBank is also inside, or there's a link in NCBI through there's a link in NCBI to access GenBank actually. And then we have EBI and DDJB. Now we have the three main databases, DNA databases. We have of course NCBI, we have EBI, European Bioinformatics Institute, and of course the database of Japan. This is actually DNA database of Japan. Now in the next lecture we will discuss about biological databases.